Hey guys, I have a water leak on my 22-year-old Maytag Performa washing machine, which has been extremely reliable, and the only thing I had done was change the belt about 10 years ago.
All right, so suddenly we're getting some water on the floor in our laundry room. And at the bottom, I'm seeing some splash of something under the washing machine. So I'm gonna have to investigate this. To open the lid, get a scraper like this, or you can use a screwdriver. I'm gonna use both. Basically, there's a tab here that you have to push in. Where it's located is this. You see this line here? If you just line up your scraper right to that line, the right edge, right? Come straight down, and then you push in, okay? Then use a screwdriver, and then you see how you can pop up. Whoop, this side was kind of loose, but it's the same thing here. You follow that line, and then on the left side edge, you push in, and then you can pop it open, okay? So basically, you want to push in this with the scraper while popping it open. Now you notice there's a pin here. So if you go too far to the right, too far to the outside, then you're not going to be able to push that in.
From the top, I can see some puddle of water on the right rear side of the washer. To get a better look at the source of the leak, I had to remove the front cover. To do that, remove two 5/16 or 8mm bolts on the top. After that, carefully lift up on the front cover and pull it away from the washer. With the front cover removed, I can see that water is dripping from the tub to pump hose. Doesn't appear to leak from top or bottom where the hose clamps are, so this definitely looks like the hose is cracked in the midpoint. Before you can order the replacement hose, you need to know your washer's model and serial number. For my washer, I found this information right behind the timer button, and this is what that sticker looks like. My Maytag Performa model number is PAV2300 AWW, and the serial number was 123774006YM. Now, I had to go find the part name and number. So I googled Maytag PAV2300 AWW parts diagram, and that led me to the e-replacement parts site. And I found the diagram and I zoomed in on it. I clicked on the picture of the hose that I wanted to replace, and it identified the part as tub to pump hose, and the part number was WP2100 1915. In case you're curious to find the age of your washer, I googled Maytag washer manufacturer date, and that led me to electrical forensics site. The last two alphabets in your serial number are used to determine the manufacture date, and since mine is YM, Y translated to year 2000, and M meant June. Amazon just had one OEM choice for 38 bucks with free shipping, but it was going to take 3 days. There was a cheaper non-OEM one, but since the original hose lasts me 20 years, I'm just gonna go with the OEM hose. And then I went to Lowe's, but they don't really carry this hose. I then looked at Maytag parts site, but they had the highest price at almost 48 bucks, which included shipping. Repair Clinic site was the second most expensive at almost 43 bucks. Appliance Parts Pro was same price as Amazon. My persistence paid off at Sears Parts Direct as they offer the lowest price, and I was even able to find the 10% off coupon, which resulted in $31.26. And I got it delivered in 2 days. Now I had to shut off the water, but the valves were stuck, and I was afraid to break them. So I sprayed some Blasters penetrating oil and let it soak for about 10 minutes, and that did a trick. I was able to shut off the water. Access to the tub to pump hose from the front side is really constrained, but there is a small panel in the back that opens up to provide better access to the hose.
We're going to remove 4 of these 5/16. Okay, so that's out.
Since there is only limited room behind the washer to work with, I had to remove both hot and cold water lines to move the washer out forward to create more room for me to work with. Also, keep track of which hose was hot and cold.
Need to remove this clamp and then remove that clamp to take this out, okay? Okay, hold it on. Clamp up. Yeah, so this was really stuck in there. So I used the plier to kind of twist it up. And of course, I don't care if I damage this because I'm replacing it. Now the other one, okay. All right, let me show you the tight space I'm having to work out of. Okay, so this is the old one, and let's see where the crack is. Oh, I see it right there. In fact, right there, there's a big crack. This is where the water was leaking, and even here, other places I can see. Oh, right here. Well, the important thing is it same size, same length? Looks like it, right? Okay, you have to transfer the clamp. So when you put it in, put the clamp all the way to the bottom like that. Okay. Okay, so slide that up there, and I'm gonna clamp. Okay. That one is clamped. Okay, so that's clamped. So actually what I'm gonna do is, before I put everything back together, I'm gonna connect the water hoses here and run it, make sure it's not leaking.
Next, I removed the old plumber's tape and cleaned the threads, and then attached the hot and cold water lines. On this washer, there is actually a marking of C and H for cold and hot water. So the cold water goes to the top and hot water goes to the bottom. Once the water lines are connected, turn on the water and connect the power.
Set to minimum, cold, and let's see.
I check for the water leak during all cycles, particularly the spinning cycle when the water is pumped out of the tub to the drain, and I found no leaks. Now I've installed the front panel and the top lid, and hopefully I'm good for another 20 years. Yes, I can easily just buy a new washer, but I see so many new fancy washers and dryers with all sorts of electronic gadgets that barely struggle to get 5 to 10 years of life. It feels like the old machines are built better and last longer, especially the Maytag. During this work, I noticed some plastic shavings from snubber ring, which helps to reduce the tub vibration. And I also saw a number of rust spots, and the belt is probably coming off a replacement. So once the weather cools in the fall, I plan to take the entire washer apart and replace the snubber ring, springs, and belt. At that time, I'll fix and paint all the rust spots and open up the tub and drain pump and clean those. I'm just curious as to if I can keep this Maytag going for another 10 plus years, like my 35-year-old Honda lawnmower and 30-year garage door opener. I hope this video helped. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.